Good evening. I hope you're good, guys. My network is a bit shaky. I hope I'm audible. I hope I'm audible. Why am I dark? Tonight I seem dark. And if I move this light and move it wrong, it's going to disturb a lot of things. Oh, Christ. I made a huge mistake. Oh, Christ. I made a huge mistake. Okay, I'm audible. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. If yesterday you joined me on the live, we spoke about opportunities that we are currently seeing in the market. Yesterday I did speak that I'm gonna enter long on GU. Okay, we are audible. Let's switch off the okay. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Yesterday I spoke about possibilities. If you were on the live yesterday and you did watch the weekly forecast, I did discuss this move, which is already happening. I just hope now this 4 time frame would close bullish. If it does, I might reduce my risk to that low because your first take profit will be around that resistant area. But given the macros that they do allow for me to get a more continuation to the upside, I am gonna look to hold until take profit. So what I will do, as I said, if it closed bullish around this area, I'm gonna move my stop loss to trail my stop loss to this low. I think that will work best for me. But for now, I'm holding, and then I'm also long GU as well, which did a slightly deeper drawdown than the other. So I'm just waiting to see if we're gonna get a continuation to trade above that high. If it does, I'm gonna de-risk as well and move my stop loss to break even. So these are the moves that these are the moves that I currently have. Come on, I know my stream is terrible for now. I don't know. Yeah. To be a bit slow, pardon me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So these are the primarily move that I have. Just like the live, let's follow. These are the primary move that I have. So far they look good. And the last one that I have, I think I also need to discuss on the swing positioning now. It's US oil. For those that know, we did discuss this trade as well. We did discuss this trade on US oil. Yes, it's a bit impulsive. We might take another loss here. Slightly deeper drawdown. The first trade I took, it took me out on this high here. I decided to re-enter again where it took me out. And then I'm hoping that it will always come back to retest this low. If it does, I'll start to have hopes that maybe we can break and look for lower prices. The only problem with this trade, we'll discuss the macros of it, but the only problem with me being short US oil is what's happening currently in the geopolitics. We can discuss that and we can look into the hedge fund and the top setup. But overall, I'm very sure. So there's only two look good, and only US oil is in a drawdown. And I've already taken a loss in US oil. This one looks good. Hoping that will come back, retest the 1.91471 area, and then I'll de-risk. Or this one also, it's one that's GPB CAD that will be looking at an area of 1.88384. Those are the moves that I'm looking for overall. And I think we've discussed a lot of things before and went through everything that I said we'll discuss. But Let's look at opportunities that maybe in the PM session today, possibility of trades that we look for. Then we can discuss the macros from there. I truly appreciate Kito for that. Let's do it, brother. I hope you followed as well. And Kito, please also you can go to to the red one. Just click the link and go to the red one, or search me on the red app, the other one, which I don't want to mention here, and subscribe, brother. Uh here we go. Look, for the PM session right now today, to be honest, and I'm gonna, oh come on, man. I'm gonna be honest, yeah. Pardon me, I'll have a bit of lag. I think my Wi-Fi is acting up. I'm monitoring. So I am only gonna look for longs. If we trade to react at 2.9 there, I'm gonna look for shorts. Unless we break this high and look for an upside, maybe we're gonna start to look for moves higher, but that will be on Nasdaq, either to target those highs. So possibilities is to target this high, this low here. I'm gonna mark it as green. I'm looking at S&P 500. So one thing which I'm watching closely is to see if we're gonna react there and look for lower prices. If that happens, this will be very beautiful. I think I will love something like this. This is something that I'll die for. But yeah, so on the day trading, this is what I am looking for. But on the swinging, let's discuss the macros and go through the macros. I'm gonna just add. Do I have to add an alarm? I'll come back. Let me just add an alarm. I get carried away with macros. And that low. Yeah. So let's move to the rest of the positions. Okay, here we go. Okay. Um, let's look at the top setup, guys. I think it's better for us to look at the top setup, then we can discuss a lot. But something that you should note on the moving markets, things that move the market today. The first one, that moved the market today will be US housing stats drop more than expected. Housing stats in the US dropped by 12.4% from the previous month to a seasonally adjusted annualized rate of 1.239 units in July of 2026. This result was firmly below market expectation of a softer drop to 1.35 million units, not far from the 6-year low of 1.82 from the 2 month prior. Stats sank by 15.6% in multi-unit households, while they dropped by 9.9 in a single unit household. Among different geographical location, units sank in Midwest. Okay, this is just location test. Stats were higher in the northeast. So basically, looking at this correlates with what we've been discussing all along, that overall we see that there is slowness in the economy. There is a bit of slowness in the economy. That's why I think it was fair for me to show you, even this has already affected the housing market as well. Um, Also, looking at the 10-year treasury yield, I've discussed the treasury yield over and over again, but in a nutshell, treasury yield. So the 10-year treasury yield rose about 4 to 7.5%, which this is my worry potentially with my bias on a dollar bear, because the treasury yield seems to be pressing in, the 10-year treasury yield seem to be pressing in possibility of rate hikes with geopolitics tensions rising. So let's look at the 10-year yield. So it's something that I am a bit worried about with my dollar bear, but overall, come on, what am I saying? Whatever I'm doing is stupid. Looking at the 10-year treasury yield, we have already retested the 4.75 mark and rejected from there. Good news. Today, the treasury yield came down. Uh, Maybe are the Fed starting to run away? Not run away per se, but not pricing in rate cuts. Possible. So I love that today it came down the 10 year, which is a good thing, but overall the 10-year yield seem to be moving to the upside. But that's the 10-year yield. What else? At the top setup, if you're joining me every day, you know what I'm discussing now. The top setup, the top setup basically is it's a platform which uses all the macros to come up with a bias, and that I use that bias to determine my trades and to determine my positioning in the market. Uh, so it is that bias that assists me to get trade. Okay, so let's look at the top setup bias. Come on. Okay. Oh, come on. The network is a bit slow. Why? The network is a bit slow today. Oh God. The perk of not having the perk of not having a fiber where you stay. You get stupid things like this. Might be shadow banned, yeah? I think I might be shadow banned, guys. Uh, that is fine. Quickly do this, sorry. Okay. Top setup. What what assisted me to get such trades, and how do I determine my macros and my fundamental biases? Um, this is how I do it. Hold on for me. This is how I do it. I'll definitely show you how. Sorry. But what have been your bias overall for, and this is not like day trading, but overall bias in your swing trading? Um, like more like swing trading anyway. I don't know what I'm saying, but more like swing trading. What's your bias? Just leave a comment to tell me. Uh, So, okay, let's discuss it. I want to discuss the macros. So this is what assisted me to get an opportunity on that trade. Yesterday and over again, I speak of what you see here. So this is my bias. When you look at the bias, GJ gold, your GU silver, commodities in Nigel, with gold there's a lot of bit of things. I need to see what happened to gold. But gold has a lot of bit of strength. We only left with silver. Overall, technicals are bullish, sentimental are economic. Um, for silver, economic growth and consumer strength, we seem to be bullish as well. Inflation is neutral to bullish. So overall, when you look at all these numbers, it's there. Hold on. Um, hold on. I'm just need to respond to someone. Toronto. So what happened in my life today? Sorry. So, I discussed that I'm bullish for British pound, Euro pound, I mean Euro dollar, and I'm bearish for the dollar. Now, when you look at this, we are bullish, but I see that GA has moved very bearish, and GBP CAD is no longer here, which will allow me literally to de-risk here because I see those pairs are neutral now. But however, this is what I use to determine my bias for my trades. On the bear side, we spoke about US oil. You saw that US oil I'm short. Even though I'm on a drawdown, it's coming from this short. And how did I analyze it? Let me go to an asset score. I think we're gonna look at the pairs that I have: British pound against Australian dollar. On the asset score, when you look at this asset score, you can literally see that gold adds very bullish. Gold is very bullish. But something of interest and that I'm really interested in seeing with this bullish gold, with such a bullish gold, I want to see its sentiments, the market sentiments. I'm interested in the market sentiments right now. Um, okay, let's see gold monthly seasonality because also monthly seasonality is important for me. It helps me determine a lot of factors. So monthly seasonality, this come on. Where am I? August. We seem to be bullish. So 10-year average on the monthly seasonality in August. 10-year average, gold around August, normally it's up 1.2%. And by today it has already overperformed, which is up 3.95% in August, which is like more like an overperformance compared to its 10-year seasonality, which is interesting, which is lovely. Um, I want sentiments. Where's my sentiments? I want sentiments. I want sentiment. Basically, I want sentiments bias. Hmm, where is it? I mean, this is not what I'm looking for. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So retail sentiments. I'm gonna look at retail sentiments on gold. Um, so when you look at retail sentiments adds very bullish on silver. Interesting. And gold, Nasdaq, they're still bullish. So normally when you see retail sentiments very bullish like this, the market tends to underperform sometimes. Interestingly, they are also bullish for USD CHF. Um, what I love, and I think this gives me a bit confident, retail sentiments for GU and Euro USD, it is bearish. It's like it's about this one. It's about, let me see, it's about 62% bearish, but that's only retail sentiments, which is telling you that overall retail traders are bullish for gold. I mean, they're bullish for the dollar, which I find very odd. And in August, let's look at the pull to call ratio, but this is also uh, retail sentiment as well. And I want us to look at, so when you look at S&P 500, at some point around the 7th, 8th, 10th to the 10th of August, retail sentiments was fully bullish. That's when the market became it lower. Right now, we are just inside. It's not very bullish, not bearish. But on the trades that I have on US oil, I just want to see to put to call ratio. Oh, very bullish. Am I still looking at the same thing? No, I want US oil. Sorry. What's something that's it's something to note? It's look at um look at uh look at US oil. Currently, retail sentiments it's very bullish on US oil. The question will be the institutions start to sell US oil, or if anything were to happen in the Middle East and change sentiments, will this move the market lower? So those are things that we'll have to be watching. Yeah, so retail seem to be very bearish for seem to be very bullish for the dollar. So I think that gives me a way to to long those pairs. Sorry, but anyway, so these are trade I have. I don't know if I should discuss the stocks now. It should be very bearish right now. It should be bearish. Yeah. Good news. Ooh, I see. Can I get a trade here? Let me see. I might attempt a trade. I seriously might attempt a trade here on Nasdaq. Nasdaq is the weaker one, so I might attempt a trade. Let's see how the 1 hour and the 2 minutes looks like. Let's see. Oh, the trade is gone. Not necessarily. Break below, came back. Let's see. Right now, I'm gonna watch this high here. If we get back to this high in a way that I like, I might attempt the shots. If not, I'm gonna look for a continuation. Gonna be watching for a trade like this now. I'm gonna be watching for a trade like that. What position are you looking for tonight? Anyone? I might have to end the stream and come back, to be honest. Sorry. Um, Look, I'm gonna look for that. It's just that, yeah, I'm just fixing my streaming platform. Let's see on there. Let's tap there. Coming back here. Let's see the 15. 15th ranging. Okay. Oh God. I don't think it will give such a retracement, eh? I'd love to get a trade like this. But I might have to end the stream and restart it. Something off it's happening here. Okay, guys, please don't go. I'll go back and come back again.